I did have a university course back in college where we watched Gangland twice a week.
Okay.
Think about gangs and
That's
shit's just like,
expensive.
we're watching
It's
Gangland.
more than cable. Okay, high school, watch Law and Order, report on it. That is probably the best way to engage teens in the judicial system.
Yeah, because teens would never watch Law and Order, so it's like almost like you're hipping them to something.
Oh, yeah. Or they're like,
You know?
oh, shit. My parents watch this.
Yeah, but then you start watching it, you're like, oh man, it's kind of interesting. Law and Order.
What are they going to do with that DNA evidence?
Law and Order is the ultimate, like, I will never watch this. And
It
then
sucks.
15 minutes in, you're like, okay, I got to see what happens, though.
Yeah. It's like, I
At the-
could watch another one of these.
Yeah. There's
I want
so
to
many
see
stuff.
what's the dude's name? Jerry Orbach, man. That motherfucker rules.
Oh, we were, like, watching him, Benjamin Bratt, like, all the eras, you know.
And
teacher
Sam
would-
Watterson, right? In
Yeah.
the courtroom, fucking tearing it up.
And the fucking teacher would even do this. He'd be like, he'd have the TV sitting there when you got in, and then he'd be like, guess what, class? Do 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 do. Like you
He's
do it
about
with
to
his
go.
mouth.
Everybody's like, yeah, it's TV day.
Everybody in the class is like, Law and Order, baby.
Yeah, bring popcorn.
No snacks.
Oh, no snacks.
No snacks.
Ugh.
My school was so anti-snacks. It was crazy.
Yeah, kids are bad with food.
Yeah, they don't need all those snacks.
They should.
Is the truth.
Well, they do need a lot of fuel though. All right, let's get
They
to our
love
next call.
snacks,
I mean, dude, I've been having neighbor kids, and I also have another mom that I swap my kid with once a week, and I've done it with another parent too. So I have so many foreign kids over here, and all they're like, can I have an ice cream sandwich? Can I have a popsicle? Can I have grapes? Can I have strawberry sandwich? Can I have every fucking thing under the sun? Like, my daughter doesn't eat any fruit cups, but we go through about a dozen of them a week.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who's on the phone. Thanks for calling Street Fighter. Who are we talking to?
Oh no.
Sounds like a robot.
What's happening to your phone? Here, put your phone on the other side of the fan, up to your ear, instead of talking through the fan. And
It sounds
okay,
like
what's
Darth
going on?
Vader.
Hi.
Oh, you sound
Sorry,
perfect.
I was
Who
trying
is
to
this?
call on your speaker.
What's up? How you doing?
Hi. Hi. This is Blair. I wanted to tell you guys about a weird connection I have to Marianne Williamson.
Ooh.
Oh, the crystal
one of the-
presidential candidate?
The crystal presidential candidate.
Yeah.
Can I say something
Yeah,
about
the
her?
weird one.
Can I say something about her real quick? One of
Oh, for sure.
one of the weirdest, craziest things I've ever heard in a presidential campaign is her. They asked each candidate what their comfort foods were, and they all gave an answer, and all of them were relatively weird because presidential candidates are aliens.
Yeah,
But she said, I don't have a comfort food. And I was like, oh, well, you should make one up then.
Yeah.
You don't just say I don't have one. Come on.
I mean,
Comfort doesn't exist in her world.
that's a real. I don't really like music kind of statement.
It's exactly like it. Oh, you like that song? No, don't listen to music. Actually, though.
I don't know. You're talking about like a rich, buttery baked potato smothered with broccoli and cheese. I don't know. Is that comforting, really? At the end of the day, I'd rather have a food pill.
True. She could have said Soylent. That's my comfort.
She could have
food,
said Soylent.
The
It has
one with
all
caffeine.
of. I drink Huel because it has 100% of my daily vitamins.
Just one thing is my uncle actually used to work at Soylent until like a couple weeks ago. He was like really high up there.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So
Hey, tell him I'm
Yeah,
a fan of
so
his
now
product.
I mean, like, I drink a lot of Soylent, but that's just because I don't like eating. So it's like, it's a way to get calories without food.
Yeah.
Same here. I just bought 36 of them.
Eating's really getting in the way of me
there you
getting
go.
shit done.
I get a friends and family
lately.
discount.
Oh, golly. They had buy two, get one free. Buy 2 cases, get one free. That's why I bought 3 cases.
Yeah, they had that sale. Yeah, that was
Because I
it.
eat it every day for breakfast because I
You
don't.
chew it?
Well, I drink it every day for breakfast because I don't want to deal at all. All my life, I've woke up in the morning and tried to eat food, and it has made me feel like shit and taste bad. So, you know. So, what connection do you have to the lady that doesn't eat?
Yeah, Marianne Williamson. Okay, so my best friend, who is standing here next to me, but who doesn't listen to the show, so she's not like that invested. Her parents are kind of batshit, and her
Uh-oh.
mom is
They might
in a
hex you.
cult.
She's what?
So her mom is in a cult, or well, they call it a class.
Oh,
It meets once a week.
what is it? What's it called?
And right now, it's A Course in Miracles.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I could study up on
It's
that.
based on a book that's about like how miracles are supposed to be. They're a natural part of your life, and you need to be at the right vibration level for them to happen.
Oh,
And like it's written very like a textbook, not or like almost like a Bible. Like it's weird. It's a course.
Yeah, man. You got.
It's a really weird.
I understand. You got to
but
be in a
so
flow state.
Marianne Williamson. it's awful. But Marianne Williamson wrote the unofficial sequel.
Oh, I love an unofficial
Oh.
sequel. I want to do an unofficial sequel
Yeah,
of
pick
Gremlins.
up where the Giants left off.
That's how I
Well,
feel.
the original Course in Miracles doesn't technically have an author. It has like an editor or something.
Dude, that's like anarchist.
It has
style.
someone who transcribed it.
It was dictated from Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That
So,
I mean,
but
the
Marianne
Mormons
just
did that, and it
wrote
worked
the
for them.
follow-up.
Yeah, the Mormons did that, and it worked real well for them. It was just like, well, I didn't write this
Exactly.
thing. Jesus did. He told me all about it. John Smith.
I need a miracle. I certainly need a miracle.
All I need is a miracle, right?
I've been doing pretty good. I usually have weird synchronicity moments whenever I feel like I'm moving in the right direction. Like there'll be just weird happenstance shit that happens, and I always feel like the earth is lining up for me and my vibrations are on point.
That's great. You should get a hold
Yeah,
of
that's probably your vibration.
Yeah. So
Today what happened
so-
was I was listening to a podcast and someone was telling a story about Jay Cutler, and I was processing someone's order on the Shopify store, and they had the same exact initials and last name.
that's who else has those? Jesus Christ.
Oh, damn! All right, it's a healing thing.
Have you met her at all, or is she just wrote an unofficial sequel to the book?
Okay. Yeah, she wrote the unofficial sequel, and like the cult is like nationwide. They have classes in every city,
Well,
pretty
looking
much.
that up right now.
Okay.
They have their own like Facebook for A Course in Miracles.
I'm
yeah,
not against
they-
this,
they
to be
have a lot
honest.
going on.
Well, it depends, Brett.
I mean, it's probably taking old ladies' money, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, she does give them $5 every week.
Oh, that's nothing. That's worth it. Someone's got to do the paperwork
Yeah,
for this
she's got way
goddamn
more money than
friendship
that,
group.
Right?
Yeah, they need money.
Yeah, if you're gonna come
Yeah,
over to
that's
my
what we
house
would
and
do.
I gotta clean up and do a little bit of labor and shit. I gotta do a spreadsheet on who came here. Give me $5.
Exactly.
I'm gonna teach
Yeah,
you how to. I'm gonna
so-
teach you how to invite miracles into your goddamn life. For Christ's sake.
So the great thing about Marianne running for president is I have spent like the many years that I've been friends with Carolyn learning about like the weird shit her parents do, like vibrating saliva and stuff.
What?
And now it's running for president.
What's vibrate? Can I hear about that? The vibrating saliva. I'm
Yeah.
curious.
Well,
So this was can I
yeah.
yeah. So a couple years ago, we thought we were going to lose her mom because she kept talking about ascending to her rainbow body, and then she took a week-long cult vacation. I swear to Christ. I'll
Where
take a
at?
picture.
Where at?
Oh.
Yeah, she took like a week-long vacation to like the desert.
I think
Yeah,
it was
Sedona
longer than
or
a week.
something?
That's what made it so concerning.
Oh yeah, it was a while. But while she was gone, her husband kept a baggie of her spit in the biophoton machine.
That's what it's called, yeah.
The
Yeah.
biophoton
Which,
machine.
A biophoton, you can Google that. I think there's one video of it that my dad actually made online. What it does is it can track your vibrational signature anywhere in the world and treat whatever's wrong with you, but it's pretty specific. It can either take like your spit or your saliva, or a Polaroid picture of you, but you have to be very careful about what's in that picture. If there's any red, it'll just treat you for cancer. If there's a plant in the picture, it'll also treat the plant.
Okay. Make sure you don't put a plant in the picture. That makes perfect sense to me. Are you in Arizona by any chance? Like, is this an Arizona thing? Is this an Arizona? Are
No,
you guys
we're
in
from
Arizona?
Wisconsin.
That doesn't seem like a place where that biophoton machines
this
would
is
be.
like-
Actually, I think it's not Baraboo. There's some small town around here that has a yearly UFO festival, and Sherry's big in that.
Yeah.
Sherry's the local cult leader.
I mean,
Yeah, the local Madison branch of A Course in Miracles is really into aliens, but the national level isn't.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
you-
like,
Because,
come
like,
on,
this-
Madison, cool it.
Wisconsin, y'all got
It's like this.
Bigfoot's up in Wisconsin, right?
What?
Does Bigfoot make an appearance in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, I didn't know.
I
I
don't
don't know. Maybe there's no Bigfoot in Wisconsin.
Never been.
I am reading. I'm gonna now you're gonna have to listen to the next basement show to hear me talk all about A Course in Miracles, because now I'm too interested in it.
Oh, 100%. There's a couple more things that are really important about this. Like, so the Madison cult leader, yeah, Sherry Wild, she's amazing. Like 20 years ago, she decided that she had been being abducted by aliens her entire life and wrote a book about it. And now, like, the Madison A Course in Miracles is also an alien cult.
Yeah, the aliens allowed her 30 years ago to remember that it's been happening her whole life.
Oh, is the national organization pissed off at her for being like, come on, this alien stuff's making us look crazy?
I don't know, honestly. That's a good question. She has a book. It's on Amazon. You can read it. You can read her life story. I don't remember what it's called, but Sherry Wild. She's also a realtor if you're interested.
Oh, well, a lot of realtors are into that kind of thing. I just joined their email community.
Yeah.
I just joined the email community of the Foundation for Inner Peace. FIP.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey.
So you know the Marianne Williamson orb thing?
I don't know
Like-
that.
Okay. People just make jokes about her and her orbs a lot because she's a person who would have orbs. But I didn't know what that meant. So today I asked Carolyn, and it turns out this is something she just grew up with.
Oh yeah, that was a normal part of my life. Anytime you took a picture and there was little white circles in the picture, that's what's known as an orb, and those show up in a place with a lot of happy energy.
Love those.
Apparently, that's not something other people's parents tell them.
I need an orb. I'd never. That's probably why there's never been an orb in one of my pictures, because there's not a lot of happy
So
energy.
you got a
around
bad
me.
life, man.
I know. I need to. That's why I'm going to get
Well, no,
involved
I'm
in this for sure.
Yeah, or you're dusting too much.
That's true too. I might be dusting.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Well, now you got me. I'm going to read about this stuff now. I'm going to probably take the workbook lessons too. See if I can't get involved in
Yeah.
this group. I mean, this might be what I need. I got a 3-week vacation coming up where I don't have to record. Maybe that's what I'm going to, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll work through this course in miracles.
Hey,
Yeah, you can take A Course in Miracles. You have to take notes. You have to annotate the whole book.
are y'all close to the Wisconsin Dells at all?
Oh, we want to
Well,
go there so bad.
we're currently in Minneapolis. We're just from Wisconsin.
I was
We're
gonna
from,
say they got a
somewhere in
restaurant
Wisconsin.
called the Cheese Factory at the Wisconsin Dells. It says we are staffed
yeah.
by teachers and students of A Course in Miracles.
Oh, let's go, Brad.
What? No way!
Yeah, they have their own
No
restaurant.
way. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's vegan
They have
too,
the
man.
wand thing? That's different.
I wonder. Oh, the wand thing is different.
Yeah, that was different. Not everything is A Course in Miracles. Sometimes it's just a wand.
Explain the wand.
Very weird parents. They have little metal wands that look like pens. It even has a little pen clip on it. It's just a metal wand, but it changes frequencies. And I know whenever they go to restaurants, they swirl the wand around their food to increase its frequency.
Cool.
So I assume this restaurant already does that for you.
Yes,
Frequented.
that is nice. That's a true convenience. You don't have to wand your own
Yeah.
food.
God, I hate it when restaurants don't want my food for me.
It is really annoying when my food lowers my vibrational frequency.
Exactly. Well,
I'm on a high frequency diet.
well, thank you for calling in. We appreciate it. Happy birthday.
Yeah, tomorrow, big one.
You're turning 21
Thank
tomorrow?
you. I am.
Are you going to try to drink at midnight?
No, because that's illegal in Minnesota.
Oh. We went on
Sunday.
midnight.
Yeah, it's a Sunday too. Like, there's nothing. We're going to go to the Mall of America tomorrow and get chocolate martinis, and that's the entire plan.
That sounds like a really fun afternoon. Birthday well spent.
Yeah, we'll probably have some miracles. So, yeah.
All you got to do is
Thank you.
take the course, right?
Thank you so much for listening to this, because I needed to tell someone this. Like, I've just been going insane watching her go up on the national stage. I'm like, no one knows about the org.
Yeah, I am going to dive into this. There is a lot of stuff going on that I haven't even begun to compute.
Yeah.
So y'all have a good night.
All right. Yeah, you too. Have a good one.
Peace.
Bye.
And the call queue is fizzle.
Again?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been jammed the whole time.
All right. Well, it's probably time to take our quick break.
You want to do one more call?
Yeah. Let's do one more.
One more call.
Again. We are popular.
People want to call in, and we're leaving them. It's
We're
kind
trying.
of despicable.
What are we leaving?
We're going to leave for 3 weeks.
Dude, I need it.
They want to
I
talk.
just need it.
These people want to talk. Oh, someone else just filled it up. It went from 9 to 10 as soon as I let that person out.
I've never needed a time off more. But Brett, you're more than welcome to come down and record the call-in show all by yourself.
True. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to?
Hey, am I on with you guys?
Yeah, you're on with
Yes.
us. What's up? Who's this?
Oh, shit. Oh, hey, guys. Yo, so I actually emailed Brett like last week. Well, he got back to me about this sewage situation down my way. It's in my backyard. So I just wanted to call in to fill you guys in on that. It's been pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, nobody else knows what happened, so you have to give us like the quick and dirty version of what went down.
Okay, so I live in southern Anne Arundel County in Maryland, and they've been doing a lot of like raising of manhole covers and stuff around here because of climate change and like rising waters, and so in January they excavated this hole around a manhole cover and just left it totally unexcavated, or I guess totally excavated, and I guess somewhere along the line, like a contractor had damaged a sewer line and it led to a blockage. And then just for like months, sewage was just spilling out and going into the creek, like right next to my house. And it's like when I say creek, it's like a lot of boats are in this creek and like charter fishermen go out of there. And yeah, it's a very populated area. And so
And it
we were
leads
like calling
to a bigger body of water.
Yeah, it goes right into the Chesapeake Bay, like directly under Chesapeake Bay.
Sewage dumping directly into that.
Yeah, and so like my wife and I have been calling, and my in-laws have been calling to like DPW, Department of Public Works, their emergency line. Like we had documented calls, and yeah, so they didn't come out until April 17th, and apparently the blockage occurred back in February, on February 7th. So they excavated the hole January 2nd, blockage occurred February 7th. They responded on April 17th. So they acknowledged 1,500 gallons went into the creek over 5 hours, but that 5 hours only pertains to when the initial responder got there on the 17th to when the pump trucks finished pumping out that they recovered 100 gallons.
That's their
Whereas only
official, like,
1,400 went into the creek.
on the clock. That's what they're saying. Like once we knew
That's
about
what
it,
they're
this
saying,
is how
5
much time, how much has dumped in. But the
Yeah.
history before
Yeah,
we
that's
knew
what they're-
about it, we're not going to speculate on.
Yeah, they're not saying anything about that. And so that's been the big thing is like, because prior to this, them even coming out here, like I talked to neighbors and they've been like, yeah, it smells like shit on the creek. And so eventually when they came around to acknowledging it, they didn't tell any neighbors or anything. They literally put up like one little, maybe like 8 or like maybe like 10 by 12 sign, like 10 inches by 12 inches sign, just right next to the manhole. And this is like off the road. This is like maybe like 50 feet off the road. And so I just put this little sign up, didn't tell anybody about it. So I knocked on all my neighbors' doors up and down the block to the creek and back, and like talked to everybody basically. And then we started like pushing for the county to the county executive's office, and then like elected representatives too. And so I sat in for some meetings with like the county executive's office, and they pulled the same line about the 1,500 gallons. I sat in with delegate, state senator, and they were like, yeah, this sucks, but they said it's 1,500 gallons, you know, so it's been really frustrating. And then I got to the point of, I almost got a meeting with the director of DPW and the administrator of utilities last week until I asked to record the meeting. And they said, then an attorney emailed me back, and he said, you can't record the meeting. It's a private meeting. So I was like, well, that's kind of a problem. We got to have a public meeting, and you also have to give me the call recordings and the documents that you've been promising me. So that meeting got canceled.
Yeah.
So I'm, it's been really intense. So
that's a lot.
What do you guys think about what I just told you?
It was a lot of information.
It was a lot of information.
Yeah, I know. I just want to give you guys some time to process it and react.
I mean, you know, it's really one of those things. None of your neighbors give a shit. Have you talked to any of them?
Some of them do, but it's so hard to like keep people like focused on something, even that's like happening like right next to them. It's incredible.
Yeah, that's what I would say is, I mean, I guess if it happened to me in my neighborhood, I would be doing the same thing. Like, I applaud your effort. You know, I mean, if at least if something is happening fucking next door to you, you should probably address it, you know. It's, you know, just the thing to do. But I just can't imagine the loneliness of being treated like a fucking kook, you know. Because
it's fucking wild, man.
You want to be some accountability for all this sewage that got dumped into the fucking the water that we all share, you know?
Yeah. And so like the creek is already just totally dead. There's not like any like vegetation in it, and it's just full of these invasive blue catfish already, which people are like catching a bunch of them, but it's just sewage polluted water, and you're catching these invasive catfish, which there's already a catch kill on.
Ugh.
So, you know, like people are like, yeah, they're delicious. And it's like, that's, oh my God. like where is that so much to unpack in that one sentence, you know, like, geez.
Oh,
Yeah,
I feel for you.
Keep fighting the good fight. We appreciate it.
Yeah, so I actually have, if there's some like drunk or stoned street fighters out there who want to make a couple calls, I actually have some numbers if you want to.
1 minute.
I have two. I guess based on how intoxicated you are will determine who you call.
Yeah, be nice to them when you call too.
Yeah, these are people's official office lines. I'm not going to give out cell phone numbers.
Yeah,
but,
to be honest, like I'd like to tell you to speak your mind, but if you don't say cuss words, it's way more effective because they can't send you to jail.
Yes.
They can't send you to jail.
The chief public information officer, if you're just somewhat intoxicated, or well, I guess if you're like,
dude, some of the most hardcore
so
street fighters are completely sober, and they could call and as well.
Ideology-based people are the most hardcore. So this guy's number is 410-222-4557. His name is Matt Deal. He's the chief public information officer, and he's been lying to me like a bitch.
So what do we want him to say? What do we want him to ask about?
Like push for a public meeting for a sewage leak in Deal, Maryland.
Okay.
1,500 gallons, the lie. So,
got it. Perfect.
And then Director Chris Phipps, I was supposed to have a meeting with him that got canceled. His office number is 410-222-7092.
All right.
And just one last shout out. If you happen to live in Annapolis, Ward 6, there's an election upcoming. Dewan Gay is a write-in candidate. He is very progressive, and he's running for alderman. So just shout out to him.
And he probably believes you about the
thanks
sewage.
for having me on.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for calling. We appreciate it. Thanks for calling and listening. You want to take one
I'll
more?
talk to you guys later.
Want to take one more, Brett? I'm on a roll.
You're on a roll.
I'm on a roll. I mean, if we're filled up, I want to get as many done as we can. You know?
A lot of people, the cowards, cut and run. A lot of cowards cut and run.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, we lost
what
like
are we
three.
at?
We lost
You
3 or 4 people. We're down to.
You got to hang up on
I know. I'm doing it. I can hear that. I'm panicking too. So we're down. We got 7 people in the queue right now.
Okay, so
I think
here's
maybe we should knock one more down if we're gonna
let's
go.
knock one more down and then go to break because Brett has to find
I
behind
have
the
to talk
scenes.
to
Brett has to
Charlotte.
find me something.
I also have to talk to my daughter.
Answer
real
the
quick.
call and I'll talk to this person and send me, and then come back down and send me the link.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay.
Hey, you're on.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? You're on Street Fight.
Hey, it's Bardo and Pinko.
Hey, I can talk to Bardo and Pinko for forever. Go up there and handle your shit, dude. Okay, what's going on? What's going on, y'all? I know I know I told you to call earlier. I can't believe you waited.
Oh yeah, man. I've been meaning to get on like the Street Fight show, call-in show for a while now because I have a bunch of weird stories that this seems like a good outlet for, and I also have a plug now, and
And I want to yell about Common Core.
You want to yell about
Not
Are you
really,
mad
I
at
don't really
Common
care.
Core? Okay, I was gonna say, don't.
No, I'm not really mad at it. I just don't think it does anything. And also, Bill Gates paid for it.
I
so
feel like the
I'm
math
so-
stuff is pretty good though. Like
Yeah, I teach history, so I don't
Right.
know. All the standards are super vague. I can like shoehorn anything into those standards.
Oh yeah. I think like I don't have any way. I saw the way my daughter was learning math, and I was so impressed with where she was at, in 4th grade that compared to where I was in college, that it was like, there's something to the math common core, because math is the one they complain about too, and the reason they complain about it is because they can't figure it out. A lot of
Oh
parents.
yeah,
are like,
I mean like all my math teacher friends are like, well, because you're teaching them like how to think about it and solve it, and it looks like magic to me. I don't know. It's something that I don't understand.
right, because we were taught
Right over my head.
we were taught extremely dumb and wrong. Like the way we were taught was the worst possible way to teach somebody math.
Yeah, just like memorize this formula, but like don't tell me how the formula works.
Or memorize. I had to memorize my timetables. So I just basically,
Yes!
without even knowing why, I had to know up to my 12 times tables. And it's like, so I okay, fine, I know all this stuff. Like, I don't know why, whatever times whatever equals whatever. See how bad I am at math? I didn't even say numbers.
Yeah, no, same.
But I don't know why those things are like that. I just know that that's the number. So like when I saw my kid was learning algebraic equations in 4th grade, I was just like, okay, well,
what the fuck?
yeah.
Oh wow. No, I mean like I don't have like a problem with it. I don't think that it is. I don't think that it has done anything that significant to like make education. Like it was sold as like this, like it's gonna completely solve all the problems with education, and
Yeah. I mean, I'm
It's
sure it's
fine.
rough for history too.
well, it's not because all the standards are just like evaluate bias in the source. Okay, cool.
well, that's
So
actually
I'm
good,
teaching about
though.
conspiracy theories for American period.
They never taught us how to do that, though. The way I was taught history was so George Washington crossed the Delaware and he beat that guy up, and then some other stuff. Like I was taught it like everything was fact and there was no bias. So that
Oh, weird.
that screwed up a lot of people my age,
Oh.
Like boomers and Gen X all learned that way. I'm sure Brett learned that way too.
What?
We were talking about Common Core history. Pinko Snob is on the air, and she said that in history they have you evaluate the bias in a piece of writing, and I was like, that's
Yeah,
see,
I
they taught
like it.
Yeah, they taught it like a list of facts to us,
I
and
don't
that was
remember
what
that.
we knew. Like that's why so many people that like that's why the Trump people all think like the founding fathers were big magic men, because you were basically taught that they were all the like smartest men in the history of the world, and then boom, you're right
I
there.
guess my teachers are just more cynical.
Yeah, you gotta look it up. You gotta look up. You gotta look up how we learned it. You gotta find a textbook from like 1990 and see the way they were teaching history, because it was something. I did not like it. So
That's
you guys
wild. I don't want to be that teacher.
are. So y'all are raising money for something. You wanna explain it?
Yeah, so there was in February in our community an 18-year-old kid who was he was being pursued by police, and he got shot 4 times.
He was not armed.
He was unarmed.
They keep lying about it, but he was not.
He ended up in the hospital for 13 days, going in and out of consciousness. He was shot in the lungs. His mom didn't know where he was.
Yeah, they wouldn't tell her. They were like, he's an adult, so we don't have to tell you anything about him. But he's like an 18-year-old, and he's a senior in high school.
So they're hiding her son from her, pretty much.
For days. Imagine like not knowing where your kid
2
was
weeks.
for
Oh,
weeks.
be the best thing that ever happened to me. No, I'm kidding. It was just a joke. It was just saying I could use some time off.
But so he's eventually released, and then his little brother, I don't know exactly, who's 15, I don't know exactly what happened.
Some dumb 15-year-old shit, probably.
But he got arrested, and because Yahim, who is this 18-year-old, was in the same house as someone who committed this crime, Yahim got sent back to prison where he is now.
With no consideration that they have like a single mother, they're 2 teenagers, they have 2 other siblings, and like they don't have a choice about where they live. They're children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I forget what the cash bail is, not like $136,000 cash bail.
Some huge amount. I mean, like she has to pay a percentage of it, and she paid part of it, but she can't pay the full thing.
Well, no, she paid part of it to get him out the last time.
Oh, that's what
smaller.
she was saying. Okay.
So what they have this great lawyer set up who I know.
Yeah, he does a lot of good
personally.
work in our area.
But he needs $1,500 to be a retainer, and then everything else, because he's going to get paid out at the end of this for being shot by police 4 times. And so all the rest of the costs are not going to be a huge deal, but she's not working a ton because she's having meetings with lawyers.
He has
and
2 kids going through the court system at this point. Like,
Yeah.
She's been up until now, she's been meeting with public defenders who have just been being like, plea out, which is not what they want to do.
no, they just want to take the easy way out on them.
And so, yeah, we're trying to raise $1,500, which is not a tremendous amount of money.
It's not money we have.
But
I know that
so far we've raised, so far we've raised like $250 today, which is great. We set up a GoFundMe. We're hoping to raise a little more money because she wants to like do T-shirts and stuff like that. We'll see. But right now, our biggest thing is we want to get this kid out and into summer school, really. So because he's missed, 3 or 4 months of school or
they
whatever.
They just want him to graduate high school.
Yeah. Right.
Reasonable, right?
And if we get a lawyer, then he could file a motion that this kid should not be in jail with $136,000 bail on him. So, yeah. Anyways, that's our pitch. It's my pinned tweet. I'm at El Barto Army on Twitter.
It's also my pinned tweet
at
Stinko_snob.
Yeah. 2 great people.
But
wonderful. Are you still doing the podcast?
I kind of got really busy with school, so I kind of fell to the wayside, but we're going to pick it back up eventually.
They watch Fast Five. I made them watch Fast Five for their podcast about
That was fun.
It's the best.
You had a great analysis of that, actually.
It's one of my favorite movies ever, still to this day. Yeah, you guys want to hear a funny movie to go see? The new Child's Play. I'm recommending the new Child's Play. It is awesome.
I was blown away. I thought it was going to suck. All the remakes of all the 80s horror movies have been terrible, but everyone loved Child's Play.
This one
I don't know
was.
what to think.
This movie was 90 minutes, which they don't even make. They don't make 90-minute movies anymore. They don't ever do it.
Perfect.
And it's a comedy, which that is where you understand slasher movies. You know what I mean? So
Right.
like people get killed in funny ways, and there's a sense of humor about it through the whole
Yeah.
movie, where it's like that. Like, my daughter was totally caught off guard by it because we've only gone and seen like scary, like movies that are supposed to be scary. This was like kind of her first slasher, and it was just like, that was a lot funnier than and it was great. It was such a good time and quick.
That's what I want. I want 90 minutes.
Yeah, that's the
Or
limit.
or if it's really a significantly beautiful movie, I'll do 2 hours. But
I know. Everybody wants 90 minutes. The movie, I heard there's a math reason that they don't make 90-minute movies anymore. It's something about cost. It's like they perceive that people don't want to spend money, the amount of money it takes to go to the movies for a 90-minute movie.
This is
not
absurd.
long.
I can only not have to go to the bathroom for 90 minutes after being a soda.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all for calling. Tell them where to find it again before we go, so people can donate some money to this.
Again, I'm at El Barto Army on Twitter. It's my pin tweet, or you could go to it's like GoFundMe.com/Justice for Yahim.
It's justice-for-Yahim, which is YAHIM.
All right. Thank
Yeah.
you guys for calling. It's always great to hear from you.
Thanks for having us on.
Thanks.
Yeah, and you don't have to have a Twitter account to view like somebody's pinned tweet or anything. Like you can do it from any browser.
Yeah.
If you just go to twitter.com/ElBartoArmy, it will be there right at the top. So you can just do it that way.
So our music this week is by the band Gadfly
Out of Boston.
from an album called Give Me Enough Rope.
They do hardcore.
It's some hardcore. First song, Struggle Session. And me and Brett will be back probably in like 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I would guess.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Street Fight Radio. It's the call-in show. Sunday night, it's time for a street fight, 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. We're taking your calls. That number to dial is 614-655-3887. The call queue is almost full, so not tonight, but when we come back from our break. Do you know when that show is going to be?
What show?
The call-in show, the next call-in show.
Oh, it'll be July 21st. We're back on our first basement show back will be July 17th. And again, you will have content through that entire time. You just won't have
live streaming.
But there will be good content. There's very good shows coming up.
Absolutely. You can find more of what we do on patreon.com. If you want bonus shows, if you want to watch TV with us, we do a bonus show called Undercover Business Tyrants. We also want Anarcho Marriage Counseling was the recent one. We did Marriage Wars with John Taffer, his show. We did the Fire Festival. We've done a lot. So if during that July break you want more, hit up that Patreon. There is so much fucking shit in there. It's unbelievable. Let's get back on these calls. You want to see what they got to say?
I'm in, man.
Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight?
Hey, how you guys doing? It's Ronnie in Kentucky.
What's up, Ronnie? How's it going?
Hey.
It's going pretty well, man. You caught me as I was hitting a GB, actually. I didn't think I was going to get on so quick.
No, you're on now, so you got to go for it. What are you calling for tonight?
I don't know. I've been listening a long time, and just kind of a redneck, loud toys type guy. I've been listening, since before Brett's weed charge, and trying to get you guys down here in Nashville out on the boat. Just thinking, what are you guys up? Trillbillies and things like that. Let's smoke some joints and get high on the river.
We are trying to get down to Nashville, and it's proving to be very hard, but we're still going to keep trying as hard as we can to get there at the end of July, early August. It's hard. It's hard.
Cool.
Nobody wants to hear from anarchist podcasters.
How many people can fit on your boat?
7 comfortably.
There's 10 of us, though.
Do like some lap situations.
There's going to be 10 of us on
I'll sit on
tour.
Brian's lap.
Yeah. We'll sink it.
No, we'll just rent. We'll rent a pontoon. It's $225. They have a grill out there. We'll go out on the lake and we'll just grill out and smoke joints and have a good time.
Well, all I'm saying, we hope we are in Nashville soon, at the end of next month, early August. But it's
tough.
Every venue is just no. No. We've been trying for 3 months now.
It's the South. It's tough. I mean, it's kind of funny. I called you guys, and my lights actually went out. So all my house right now is lit by candlelight. And I was like, what a more street fight moment. The power goes out as I'm calling them for the call-in show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the South, it's tough. I've lived down here for a while, and random places in Georgia, now Nashville. I'm moving to Raleigh, and no one, it'd probably be tough for you boys.
Well, it's just, I think our audiences will draw. We just did a show in Kentucky that way sold out.
Yeah.
So, I don't think we're worried about selling tickets. It's the venue owners, I guess,
They don't
believe
trust
in it.
us. Yeah, they don't think it's going to be that big of a deal.
And I'm going to be honest here, too. The tour we're doing is big, and there's a lot of people on it. There's a lot of moving parts, and the tickets can't be $10. And I think that some of the venue owners are a little worried about a $20, $25 ticket. But it's getting 10 people to things. The math doesn't work on a $10 ticket. Me and Brett want to charge $10 for everything all the time. But the thing is, we also want to take our friends on the road. We want to start trying new things where we expose our audience to other people, or even get exposed to another show's audience. And it's very hard. The venue owners are
to afford it. I mean, you have to pay. It costs money.
Yeah, and the venue owners are worried about ticket prices, and there's nothing we can do to convince them that we're going to make sure everybody gets in, and we have plans for that kind of thing. But we'll get out there. It's gonna happen. I'm full of faith that it's going to happen. It's just been hard. It's been the hardest tour we've ever booked, and we've gone to some pretty big cities.
Yeah, I believe it. It's tough. I'm definitely more on the outdoorsy side, but like you get in these political forums on the hunting forums, and they're just awful, awful people. And so I just worry, about like, you hear about some of the stuff that these people spew, and you hear about like 8chan and things like that. And it's like, if you go to a hunting forum in like Ohio or like Georgia, it's just as bad as that kind of stuff. So it's really tough to, see and deal with.
We have a weird, we have the way that things work is that like, the conservatives are very good at talking to people who hunt, I don't know why I don't know why they would care. Because the conservatives are also, well, I mean, the way I think about it is I used to know this, my father-in-law, right? He was a member of the Sierra Club and a Republican for a number of years, right? And it's just like, so you want the environment, you want our nature and natural resources and just nature to go spend time, and you want that to be available. But you only vote for people who fucking want to privatize it and close it and
sell
turn
it out
into
every time they can.
Condos,
Right.
So
or like people that protest a pipeline, like, oh, let's throw them in jail just because they don't want a pipeline going through like their river that they live off of. You know what I mean? It's absurd. But yeah.
It's crazy. It's such a hard thing to. It's boring to say that there are a lot of contradictions, but like with hunters, also I feel like there probably are a lot of like lefty hunters. I don't think it's all conservatives.
Right.
But I do think that like you can't blame somebody who feels like one side is talking down to them and one side is talking directly to them for liking the side that talks directly to them, even if they're not doing anything.
Right.
But I know that I like it when people talk directly to me if a candidate's like, oh man, I would have Corn play my inauguration. I'd be like, oh, that's tight. It seems like he really wants me on his side. So I don't know. I don't know how to solve it.
It's really unfortunate. It's like I kind of went the path of you, Brian, where it's like you start really conservative, but now you're really left. But now I've gone so left, I'm almost right. I have guns, but it's not like I'm obsessed with them. It's just like the other side is collecting them at such a high rate. Why wouldn't you just have a few? I don't know.
Yeah. That is funny because like my wife always gets so annoyed when I say, I'd like to have one. She gets mad about it, but I think about it like, wow, all the bad guys have them. I feel like we don't want to live in a world where only the bad guys have guns. That's not going to end well. But here's the other side of that.
Exactly how I feel.
Here's the other side of that though. Like, what am I really going to do with a gun? I can't shoot somebody. I'm scared all the time. I'm just, it really isn't probably in my best interest to own one. I just don't want to one day be dealing with some like crazy unrest and then being like, but that's the other thing. We learned that about the doomsday preppers, right? It's like most of the doomsday preppers are at no risk of dealing with civil unrest. They're not going to be in the city. And I do believe that in the cities, people will work together because I've seen it happen. I've seen storms rip through and tear down trees. And I've seen snowstorms come through and bury the city. And people are out there working and trying to get it fixed and working together and helping each other out. And the doomsday prepper thing is just, I'm going to have a bunch of stuff and I don't want anybody else to have any of
right.
it. So
yeah, I'm on my own. I have my own bunker.
It's such a sovereign citizen idea.
Yeah. It's just people are gonna want my fucking cheesy broccoli in a bucket, and I ain't giving. I'm gonna have a gun to protect that cheesy broccoli in a bucket. Well, thanks.
I got a seed cache for 10 years. Yeah, I got to go. All right,
Thanks for calling,
boys.
buddy. Well, we'll see you in Nashville.
Yeah, bye.
We'll get on a boat with you.
Yep, see ya.
Don't kill us, though. Don't Titanic us. Right?
Yeah, I don't want to be Titanic.
Please don't. If you're a listener out there and you want us on a boat, just don't Titanic us. We're just asking for just that. That's good.
Simple enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Please-
that
please
Nashville.
take care of us.
We're so close to done, right? Being able to
hope.
announce this thing. And like Nashville's a pain and whatever in the triangle. I don't know what y'all talk about. This triangle is so great. I can't get a goddamn show there. I can't get a show there.
Yeah.
We're working on it though. I think we have some good leads and we should have it done soon.
I hope.
Oh yeah,
It's
I'm
a
having
tight-
a nervous meltdown too. I've been saying it. Like this is crazy. We got to get this done.
All right. Let's see who's on the line here next. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who we talking to?
Hey, this is Eric. I'm from Portland.
What's
How's it
up,
going,
Eric?
fellas?
How's it going? We were just talking yesterday. We really want to get back to Portland because y'all got cheap weed.
Oh, yeah, that's a good reason to come. Actually, I bought a ticket to your guys' show, but damn, I got so sick I couldn't make it.
I feel bad for every person that this happens to, and you know, every show there are people that bought tickets and didn't show up. And what I explain, my wife is always like, "Why wouldn't they show?" Because I've never done that in my life. Brett just recently did it though.
I did.
Brett recently bought a ticket to see Coheed and Cambria and Mastodon and did not go. So I don't know why. I think it's the weirdest thing I've ever heard, but